It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Is that the right way?
Is it?
Is it though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's a cauldron up there, isn't there? And a mumbo token.
No, it's down. That's that. Are we getting that now?
Well, you might as well get... Isn't... I can't remember.
Clanker is up.
Okay.
So, fine. We're grabbing it now. I think...
Well, let's get this now, and then there's no reason to come back here.
Huh. Dang it.
You've activated a magic cauldron.
I don't think that's the same color as the other one.
No. It's all for the top of the tower.
Yeah. Considering there's no, like, save in this area thing, it's all, like, every time you come back to into the game from, like, turning it off, you start at the entrance.
Yeah.
Which, as a kid, I did not know about those things till later.
Way later?
Way later. So, like, every time I play this game, I'm like, I gotta run all the way to the top of the tower. I'm also, I like the fact that there's physics, like when you slide from running and crouching, but it makes it really easy to slide off the edge of something.
Yeah, it basically turns the whole game into an ice level.
Yeah. Well, only when crouching.
Down to the side.
Down to the side, right.
Oh, way to miss. Then you might as well...
Get the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time I was like, we're all like, where the hell did we go for here?
Yeah.
And then we jumped in the water because we had no idea, and then we said, oh, it's over here.
I can't believe I forgot that. Like, I had played Clankers Cavern. I had opened and played Clankers Cavern literally the day before. I remember when I was a kid, I used to think there was a time limit.
I love that. You're like digging a grave for both of us right now. It's like, so you opened and played it the day before, you still forgot that and where the final Jiggy was? God.
Yeah. Yep, I did.
Like, the internet's not gonna laugh at us at all for any of this. It's just like, oh, wow. Well, we know what kind of intelligence we're working with now.
Yeah, well.
Oh, look, it's Brentilda. Hello.
Commit this to memory.
Massive bloomers. I don't even know what that is.
Bloomers?
Yeah.
They're like granny panties.
Oh. Nasty dog.
Big Naka.
Big Naka. My sister sings in her own band, Grunty and the Cauldron Crew.
Hey, last time it was the Monster Mob.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Wow, this game's more advanced than we thought.
Yep.
My God.
Progressively generated quiz answers.
Yeah.
I think that's the puzzle for Bubble Gloop Swamp.
Probably. We'll come back to that later.
Yeah.
We have enough Jiggies to go and open it and skip this level, but 100% completion must do it.
100% completion. So you shouldn't need my help at all on this one, then.
Nope, just keep talking.
Alright. It's because you've got to focus?
No, it's because I've got to remember, so just don't assume I'm going to get everything.
Okay.
Because again, we did this last week. I had to work between now and then, and work is like pickling my brain. Well, no, seriously, it is.
Why, your job is not super difficult.
It's not super difficult.
It's not very mentally taxing.
It's not, that's why it's pickling my brain. Because I go in and I'm like, move table. I'm turning into like a table-moving, glass-polishing zombie.
That's what they want. That's what Shinto wants you to do.
I know. And every time I tell him that, every time they talk about, like, if I do something wrong and they try to like write me up for it or whatever, I can always get out of that because it's never my fault. But I always bring up that point, like, you want me to just be a drone. That's what you want. And they're like, no, we want you to be an individual person. We like you. And I'm like, no. That's not how work works. You like me, but liking me doesn't mean I shouldn't be a drone.
Yeah. I'd like you better if you were just a drone who did what I wanted you to do without me ever having to tell you.
Well, the things I try to get you in shit for are just stupid, too.
Well, yeah. What'd they try and get you in shit for this week?
Well, I didn't get written up. I got something like now it's like every verbal warning is now accompanied by a written document for archiving purposes. So it's not you're being written up, but you're not being written up.
Yeah.
Oh, creepiest thing ever. Oh God, he's massive and moving.
Clanker's awesome.
He is awesome, but like him opening his mouth like that is just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It scares the hell out of you.
And then the tentacles.
Oh God.
Oh, the tentacles.
Yeah. No, but they were there was three things. One was like apparently I messed up on a room service or whatever. Like I told the guy, no, I'm not going to do that for you. When I didn't, I just told him I can't do that for him because I can't do that. And then apparently he was being miserable the entire week he was there, but he eventually told me he got exasperated and told me, fine, just leave, and I left. And then he told like, oh no, he refused to do stuff for me. Like, I didn't refuse you anything. I just said that I am not like allowed to do that. And then he just told me to leave. So that was fine. And then our former coat check, which is now our linen room.
Yeah.
Get the camera. Where's the fish? Apparently that was not clean. And
okay.
The reason why like I totally write that off is because
no one ever sees it?
No. Oh, okay. No, it's because I'm like, me and Adam are the only two people in the entire building who put any effort into keeping that place organized and clean.
Yeah.
And everybody else just throws crap in there all the time, and they get away with it scot-free.
Yeah.
And the one time, like, this was a Sunday shift that I worked after a evening Saturday shift, so it was Sunday morning after working all night. So the one time I'm not 100% on top of cleaning that shit is the time I get called into the office and told, why are you on top of this? This camera is just killing me. Is the time that I get called into the office and not written up for it. I'm just like, bullshit.
Yeah.
So yeah. But no, that's just a few of the things that they've tried to do. Like, and then glass polishing, and I'm like, I can polish glasses, but it's the cloth I'm using. I'm using a rag.
Yeah. You
bought us a bunch of those good cloths that are specifically designed to polish glasses.
Yeah.
And they've all gone missing because you've told us to throw them in the wash so that housekeeping can wash them, and they just never appear again. So
it means Jenny has them.
Stuff like stuff like that. Like you told us to put them somewhere. They went missing after that. Your fault, not mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Your Jinjo and your notes for your 100% completion.
Oh god, the hitbox on these guys.
You got to stick your face in their gut.
Again, swimming controls in any game are not usually all that precise.
Yeah.
But in this game, it's just like precision is required.
Yeah.
Do we have precise controls? Yes, but they don't feel precise. It's not very hard. Point yourself in a direction, push button to go forward. Problem is like it's incredibly floaty.
Yeah.
Like the fast swim is too fast for accuracy,
and the slow swim is too slow for
anything.
Feasibility.
It's just like slow swimming down here, you'll drown.
Yeah.
Like the best way to do it is to fast swim and then halfway through it press slow swim button and it cancels your fast swim and you lose all velocity.
Yeah.
So you like fast swim till you run on top of it and then slow swim to accurately grab it. But like again, like it's just needlessly complicated stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, let's grab a bubble.
I feel like you might have missed one.
We'll grab a bubble, swim around, grab another bubble, and then go back. And again, the camera is not... I'm not able to control it here.
Yeah, your camera's not your friend.
Alright, no. Looks like we got everything. Alright, we're getting out of here.
Alright. Straight up.
We're going to drown.
About, well, as straight up as you can go.
Careful not to come up under Clanker.
Yeah.
Like,
have you ever been caught in the chain?
Have you ever been swimming in a pool and come up under the guy in the raft? Like... Have you ever, like, do you exhale when you rise to the surface? Because that's what I do when I'm in a pool. Come up under my brother in the raft. I almost drowned. Not fun.
No.
So yeah, if you've ever been in the bottom of a deep pool and almost drowned down there, or thought you almost drowned, that's what that section's like. Terrifying stuff, not because it's actually scary, but because the controls and the camera are just trying to dick you over as hard as they can.
And this, you equate this with real life? You control your body about as well as this game lets you control Banjo?
No, I'm just saying, like, I've been at the bottom of a deep pool before, and that's precisely the time that I start running out of breath. That's when I think, oh dear, I should probably get up there.
Clanker's teeth hurt now. Shocked.
Stop wagging your tail, damn it.
That's his thing.
Give me the...
You got chicken walk up there now. For the kind of hidden, but not really jiggy.
Ooh. See, the first time I did this, you yelled at me because I didn't get it.
Yeah, because you thought there was like a secret thing to open it.
No.
It's not, you just hit it.
Just go over and peck it. And it doesn't even break it, just like, oh.
It just slides up.
Someone has knocked.
Yeah.
Lift the gate.
It's like an automatic door. It's like the entry into a 7-Eleven.
Yeah. It's one of those things is like, if every fortress with big giant doors just open to someone who knocks them, then his movies, video games, TV, and history itself
would be very different.
Very, very different. The barbarians would have won.
Yeah.
Like,
although I don't think the barbarians were very big on knocking.
Of course they were. They show up, they scream, and they're like, "Oh, there's a door. Hit the door with your sword or a hammer or stick, whatever you got. Whack, whack. Someone's knocking. Open it.
Open the door.
Open them doors."
Fucking Clanker.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna like swim over there because swimming is slower than just like waiting for him to
Rise and then just walk over.
And we'll grab this over here too.
Yeah. Oh, how convenient that his exhale puts that exactly where you need it to be.
Yeah, and the fact that his blowhole never changes position.
Yeah.
Or the fact that he's a shark with a blowhole.
And the fact that somebody built a platform designed to fit his blowhole plug.
The fact that someone built a shark, a mechanical, a biomechanical shark at that, to crush garbage, and made him sentient, so he can complain.
We never did decide if that's like he's a cyborg garbage shark, or if he's just a rusty robot.
It's the reason the line is so blurry is get off. The reason the line is so blurry is because you look at that, look at that.
Yeah, is that meat or is that rust?
Yeah, it's really hard to tell because all his entire body's rusty, like it's brown, it's corroding and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then that.
Yep.
A scathingly out of place, like red rust or like flesh.
Yeah. Why someone would make a giant robot garbage shark?
Well, the answer to that is Rare was tripping balls.
Yeah.
And the camera.
Much like always.
Well, back when they used to have good developers, nowadays they suck.
Yeah.
And they
pretty much all of the awesome people at Rare have left.
Too thick fix. Yeah, even
that side.
Even the founder of Rare has come out and said that there's nobody worth having left out of current Rare.
Yeah. They just have the IPs and they're doing nothing with them.
Yeah. They apparently their Killer Instinct was good, but
yeah, but that's not being developed by Rare anymore. That's being developed by originally it was Double Helix and now it's Iron Galaxy.
Yeah, I remember when did Iron Helix actually make the game or did they just give it to Iron Galaxy right off the bat?
Double Helix made the game, but now it's being handled by Iron Galaxy.
Because that was a big question because everyone saw the Double Helix logo next to it at the reveal and everyone's like, "Oh God!"
Yeah.
Because Double Helix.
Although it was fine, at launch.
Well, it was, but the problem with that was but Double Helix has a very, very bad track record of shovelware, bad games that are just out to capitalize.
What companies like Double Helix? I was doing a little bit of internet research, but it's made up of the staff from a couple different other companies. Like, apparently Shiny Entertainment, I think, was one of them. So that means Double Helix has the rights to Earthworm Jim?
Oh.
And it's like, how come there has been nothing since, like, Nintendo 64 days?
Yeah. Like, we can give Nintendo all the shit we want for endlessly recycling all of their intellectual property. Yeah. But at least they're using it.
Yeah, like, fucking Nuts and Bolts was Banjo 3EE that just got out of hand to the point where it's, like, unrecognizable.
The only thing that you can recognize on it is the characters.
Yeah. And it's just like, you you play it, and it's so disappointing because the designs that they did end up going for with Banjo and Kazooie are kind of like high-res retro, like they're kind of boxy.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. Like, I live it. It was really good. I was really excited, especially like with the reveal trailer. And then it finally came out, and it's like, oh, but it's kind of like it's a little bit of a kart racer, and it's a little bit of like just mini games after mini games.
Yeah.
And it's just they got too ambitious with the size of the levels, basically, in my opinion.
Well, I haven't played that one. I just saw it and saw like this isn't my Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah.
Did I have 8 and go to 9 or did I just not collect that because I can only have 9?
I think you collected it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's go on top and see if we can get a bird's eye view of what we need to go at next. Alright, we've done that. I think we've done everything outside except the crabs and maybe a Jinjo somewhere.
And the underwater stuff.
Yeah.
All the
underwater stuff that is inevitably going to kill us.
Is inevitably going to kill you. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Oh, screw off. Alright, so we need to go up and get
there's a Jinjo I think that one.
Yeah, we'll go over and grab that. And then we'll go kill the crabs, get the notes, and then we'll finish off the insides of the biomechanical death shark.
Fucking death shark.
Alright, so we gotta jump there. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all in all, like, if you have Xbox and Xbox Live, and you are interested in, like, some retro games that you've never played because you're 12, and you're smart, and you're not playing Call of Duty, and pistol whipping your friends, then you should definitely check these out. I could recommend a few more, but I don't know if they have them on the thing.
This Jet Set Radio, man.
Yeah, he's got this big heart on for Jet Set Radio.
I fucking love Jet Set Radio. You're gonna have to go back up there to get those.
I missed him. But yeah, no,
I fucking love Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, which they had. Who's got the IP for that?
Sega.
Oh god,
so Sega's IP.
So that's pretty much never going to see the light of day again, is it?
Probably.
And even if it does, they'll do an Aliens Colonial Marines with it. Which is like, oh yeah, you guys.
It'll be a gritty reboot of the cartoonish graffiti game.
I don't even know if it's a gritty reboot so much as, okay, you guys take this IP.
Chicken Walk.
Nope.
Wrong.
Oh, cool. All right. But I don't think it'll be a gritty remake so much as it'll be we'll give it to this development house, they'll make it. Then that development house will take all the money that they were given to make that game to make their own game and just shell out the stuff to foreign people.
See, but Sega's got some decent teams, like Yakuza is Sega, and those games they're not excellent, but they're consistently good.
Yeah, but the problem with those is those are made for like an almost exclusively Japanese audience.
Yeah.
Like, there's no English in that option in that game. It's all
But
Japanese.
that's the same thing with Jet Set Radio, right? Like, it basically just got a North American release to fill out the available games for the Dreamcast.
Mm.
And then a bunch of people like me who like weird shit are just like, ha ha ha, there's a song in this game that says, "Eye on a winner, got a hot hand." And those are all of the lyrics.
Yeah, there's stuff like that, but again, I don't think Sega can be trusted ever.
I just think Sonic Team can't be trusted.
Well,
ever.
I don't think Sega can either because their consoles have always been they've always been pretty bad most of the time. And then
why? Dreamcast was excellent.
No, the Dreamcast was excellent, but every other one wasn't very good.
Genesis was alright.
Alright.
They have a serious issue, or they had, I guess. They haven't made a console for, what, 2 generations now?
I think it's, been about that long.
Where they had the technologically superior console, they just didn't, and they just relied on that to be what pushed systems.
Yeah. And it's always been proven that the statistically most powerful system is not the one that wins.
Yeah.
Like, as far as, like, the PS2 and the Xbox, the original Xbox was technologically superior because it came out later.
Yeah.
So it was better, but the PS2, like, ran circles around that thing. The only reason the 360 even exists right now is because Halo happened.
Yeah.
Like, if Halo didn't,
I think that would have come out anyways, just because of this is the way out, eh?
Oh.
It's Microsoft. Like, Microsoft is not relying on the viability of their systems to continue producing systems. As long as it's profitable, Microsoft will keep doing it. But
what I'm saying is, like, the original Xbox didn't really have anything for it except...
Oh, yeah.
So if, like...
Well, and Fable. Okay, I'm not saying Fable's great, but it was a big step for North American RPGs.
Alright, so if Halo and Fable didn't happen, the Xbox would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
And then the 360 wouldn't exist as we know it.
Yeah.
It would, like, maybe they would have released, like, something like another console, but we wouldn't have gotten the 360, we wouldn't have gotten what we have now.
Yeah. But I think the best example of somebody relying on their brand to try and push a console is Sony with the first 4 years of the PS3.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, no, we're technologically superior and we're Sony.
Yeah, which, to be fair, that did work on me, mainly because there was a few IPs that carried over from the original game system that I just kind of wanted.
Yeah.
Like, Killzone. I never got to play the original Killzone because it was on the PS2. I was too young to play those games as far as my parents were concerned.
Yeah. The people who were buying you games decided that you weren't allowed to play those games.
Yeah, so when I saw Killzone 2 was coming out on the PS3, I'm like, oh, that's the console I want.
Yeah.
And then, like, ever since then, I've been a Sony kid, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's what got me on the PS3. That and the fact that Xbox Live you have to pay for.
Yeah.
And it gates everything behind it.
Yeah.
Like you can't watch Netflix even if you're paying for Netflix on the 360 because you need Xbox Live to do it.
Yeah.
Which I just don't agree with.
See, but now every system has that. You're not going to be able to on PS4. You can't watch Netflix unless you have PS Plus. Like they've done the same gating that Microsoft had.
Yeah, that's not cool.
But I mean, they're in a better position because PlayStation Network was free to begin with. They had to add things to make it worth getting over the free network.
And that's what I said. Like, everyone's saying, like, oh, yeah, now what's happening in PS3, boy? PSN's got to be paid for. And I'm like, yeah, that is kind of a pisser. But if they keep the same value that they had in the original, then that would be a thing. Like, do they still do that? Or is it just basically Xbox Live PSN version?
I think you still get, like, as of right now, you still get free games with PS Plus and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
My big issue is that none of them are really games that... If they're a game that I want to play, I've already played it.
Right. Well, but that is the thing, though. Because, like, it's supposed to be, like, the picks of the litter. Like, when Infamous Second Son came out, I'm pretty sure, like, they had Infamous and Infamous 2 somewhere on the list to come out on PS Plus for free.
Yeah.
Because it's starting to tie it in.
Yeah.
And as much as that everyone can say that's a terrible, terrible thing, because it's just a marketing thing, Infamous and Infamous 2 were pretty good games.
Yeah.
You can say that, oh, it's just marketing all you want, but they've put out some games that are good, and again, it's free.
Yeah.
As long as you have PlayStation Plus, you can go for it and not have to worry about it.
Yeah. I like it.
I do too. Like any kind of added value that is free is free. So it's like
you're not going to be able to get this, eh? Oh, maybe you will, if you can time it.
I'm pretty sure these ones aren't instant kills either.
My big issue, because I was a big Sony fanboy going into the PS3 360 generation, but
see?
Sony was just dickbags about it. I don't think the other ones are instant kill either. I think it's just so fast that...
Well, these ones you can go through, the other ones can't.
Yeah.
Alright, into the water we go.
Into the water we go.
And, like, again, look in here. Is this rust? Is this flesh? What's going on? Why are there tentacles?
Yep.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. God, what's going on? So again, like, what is Clanker is thoroughly up for debate here.
Yeah.
Discuss.
Very intellectual discussion on whether or not this garbage grinder... See, like, those ribs look metal.
Yeah.
But they also look like they could just be patched.
Yeah. Kind of like how they did with Deathwing. Like, just, oh, his skin's falling apart, so let's just, like, put metal plating on him.
You gotta backflip through that. Yeah.
That's the next one?
I do believe. Don't get hit by the tentacles.
I'm gonna get slapped by the tentacle.
And then you gotta flap through those. Yeah, and then it was just like, okay, well, what do they have coming out? Nothing. They have nothing coming out because they made their own architecture and wanted people to pay to learn how to use it.
Yeah, it was pretty much all the first party titles at that point.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, like, how long after release did the original Infamous come out at?
I can't remember.
Neither can I. But that was a reason to get it, because that was a really solid game.
Yeah, but then at that point you're looking at the Nintendo problem. Waiting
on first-party games?
Waiting on first-party games. And even then, it's not even Sony's first-party games, it's their, I guess, second-party dev teams, like Naughty Dog and the creative whatever it was that did Little Big Planet.
Yeah, those guys.
But it's just... And I don't like waiting for stuff like that. I like to have other options, right? Like, I have a Wii U, but I haven't used it in months.
Well, to be fair, like... I think like there was enough cross-platform releases at the time, right?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't long after that the Call of Duty craze started happening, and then like regardless of what console you buy, there's going to be a version of Call of Duty on it.
Yeah. Yeah. But as a gamer at that point, right? The Call of Duty for Xbox always came out like a month early.
Yeah.
And you always got the DLC packs early.
Yeah, which doesn't matter because...
Well, yeah, but it does if you're, like, if that's the game that you play every day, you want the DLC packs on day one, because your friends are going to be talking about it.
Yeah. I don't know, but again, like the whole DLC thing that I think exclusivity on DLC timing and stuff like that is just stupid.
Well,
like,
they pay for it.
I know they pay for it, but
it's like petty bullshit wars.
I know, but I still think it's just stupid. It's like that, like you're just hurting the consumer base.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah. Other side.
Yeah, I know, but I want to get this fly there. But like, to me, it doesn't matter. Like, it's like, oh, this game's coming out this time, and it's not coming out for this console.
No. I mean, there's notes on the other side.
I already went to the other ribcage.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, all right then. Never mind.
But like, just waiting for, like, if there's a game coming out that I know I would rather play on PC, but the PC version is coming out later.
Yeah. Then
I'll wait for the PC version. Like, I'm not a kid anymore. I can wait for this kind of thing.
Well, exactly, right? Like, I'm a grown-up. I have my own money. I am going to end up with all 3 consoles.
Yeah.
I'm probably even going to get an Ouya. It's because my couch is wobbly.
Yeah. Like, I guess that's the thing. Like, as a kid, when a game was coming out that you really wanted, you had to, like, get hyped, be excited for it, because that was the only way your parents would ever know you want it.
Yeah. Yeah. But now
it's
I can
like,
just go buy it.
Yeah, now it's like, oh, the newest installment of whatever game's coming out.
Yeah.
I want it. Well, I'll go over and grab it when I don't have to work.
Yep.
Which, I think, I don't know, like, it's a double-edged sword. Like, on the one hand, it's like, yeah, I don't have to worry about that, I don't have to wait for things, but I also don't have the same, like, lust and excitement for a game.
Yeah.
Like, Dark Souls 2 was, like, the first time I was, like, that excited for a game since childhood.
Yeah.
Kind of disappointed with it, but...
I'm really excited for Witcher 3.
Discussion for a different time.
Yeah. You're disappointed with Dark Souls 2?
A little bit.
Why?
Well, you want to talk about that now?
Just give me, like a... I don't know, Cliff's Notes.
Well, they changed the engine, and I don't have a problem with that, but this engine feels a lot floatier, a lot less precise.
Okay.
The enemies despawn after being killed around 15 times.
I heard about that.
Which means you can't, if they drop a weapon that you really want, or an armor set you really want...
And you don't get it.
Then you're fucked.
Yeah.
You have to come around the entire game all over again.
Been down there.
Yeah, I've been down there. And, PvP, there's now a thing called soul memory.
Okay.
Which is like the amount of souls you've collected in total, in the entirety. We have 100% notes?
No.
Fuck! In the entirety, which, like, so on top of, like, you can only be a certain percentage of a soul level away, like what your level character is.
Yeah.
You can also only be a certain percentage of soul memory away, which means that, oh, I like to co-op a lot, but I get souls for co-op. So my soul level is staying the same, but my soul memory is being inflated.
Ah.
Which I find to be stupid and bullshit.
Yeah.
It's supposed to stop it so that I can't go and beat the entire game at level 45 and come and camp a newbie area as a PvP.
Yeah.
Which I can do anyway because everybody else has that much because they suck or whatever. I don't know. It works out that I can do it, so it fixes nothing but inconveniences everything else.
Okay.
We're missing 6 notes.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They gotta be inside Clanker. Unless...
Oh, in his mouth, right. We didn't go in there.
Yeah.
We skipped that because they were like, oh yeah. Anyway, but, you know, those are, like, the big ones. Another thing is just, like... There's some like this next point isn't a problem, but it's just weird. It's like they said, oh yeah, we're gonna make it easier for newer players to understand by limiting the areas you can go to at the beginning of the game. Except they did the exact opposite.
Yeah.
You can go to like more. You can go to like up to 4 areas in the game before you can even go on before you even go to the main area or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it gets linear later, which is just weird because like that was one of the biggest criticisms because they said that they said the word accessibility and said limiting options at the beginning of the game, and then their like player base and fan base kind of freaked out a bit because they're like, dude, why are you making this like casual mode?
Yeah.
And then they don't.
So you come to terms with the change they're making, and then
you find out that they didn't do that. They did the opposite. Like in the original Dark Souls, you could go 2 directions after you got out of the tutorial area, which was one was down to skeletons and the catacombs. Yeah. Which you can go and do the entirety of the catacombs right out of the gate if you're good enough. Yeah. And then the other leads up to like the Undead Burg and the place you're supposed to go to unlock stuff and actually go along the game. Yeah. So usually what you do is you come back to the catacombs later. Because like there's a catacombs which has the optional stuff, but then it's got the like major boss fight in there that was really easy and disappointing, but you know. And then in Dark Souls 2, you come out, you can go to the Forest of Fallen Giants, which there is, I'm pretty sure you can skip that area entirely in the beginning. Like,
Okay.
you don't have to go there in the beginning. You got to go back in the end to get a important item for the end game. But I think in the beginning you can just skip it.
Okay.
Then you can go out to the Tower of Flame, Hyde's Tower of Flame, through another area, which will be hard because most starting classes do not have very good starting equipment.
Yeah.
But you can go there and do that. I didn't even notice that there was a path to the Forest of Fallen Giants, so I just went and did that and thought the game was super, super hard. But and then you can also, if you know, I didn't know at the time, but there's a hole in the middle of a little city town thing in Majula.
Yeah.
That leads to another boss area, like one of the final boss area places, and you can get down there without having to go to anywhere.
So you just skip right to the end boss?
Well, it's not the end boss. Like you get the stuff and you finish the tutorial, and then you come out and you've got to collect 4 massive souls.
Yeah.
To so that like that way the king will beckon you to him or whatever.
Yeah.
And you got to get all 4 of them before you can go to the castle. So like that's just like
Oh.
one of each. So he's down there. You can go to him. You can go to the Tower of Flame, which will get you to the Lost Sinner. And then once you've gotten a fragrant branch of yore, which you get from like then you go once you got to the top of the Tower of Flame, you can then stop going that way and not go that direction and come back and go a different way because she'll open up a new route, which you can then get a fragrant branch of yore, which will unpetrify people.
Okay.
And you use it on one of the people who's petrified in front of a gate that you need to go to. And like, so I'm pretty sure you can go and do like most of the 4 Great Soul areas and without actually doing the bosses, because the items you need to progress can be got before you kill them.
Ah.
And it's just one of those things where it's like wrapping your head around it is kind of difficult because there's so many directions you can go. Like at one point, I had to like look up on the wiki, where do I have to go from this, because I don't know where to go.
Yeah.
So I just think like it was a bit stupid to come out and say we're limiting your options at the beginning to make it more accessible to new players, and then turn right around and make it like, okay, there's so many ways to go. Even experienced veterans of the Souls series are scratching their heads going, huh.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, like the first time, like, because it's the girl at the top of the tower is, she's the miracles person for like faith builds.
Okay.
And once you like exhaust her dialogue, she'll go back to Majula, but she'll go to the area, like the gate that you went through to go to the Hyde's Tower of Flame.
Yeah.
And she'll stand next to this thing and say, oh, this contraption moves to open a new path, and it can only be moved with miracles. Can I provide you with one?
Mm-hmm.
And then she opens that. So like I didn't know that, so I went all the way down, all the way up to like the Lost Bastille before I came back and said, oh, I can go this way now. Oh, this is the area from the network test. I know this area. So yeah, it's just a little bit...
Like, I understand all of this in theory, but I am not... Like, I've played 10 minutes of Dark Souls, the
original.
first one.
Yeah, that's the thing. If someone says they want to get into Dark Souls, like when I said the Souls series before, like, say, well, should I play Demon Souls first? I'm like, no, don't. Dark Souls.
I do know that.
Dark Souls is an improvement every single way, but now looking at like Dark Souls 2 to Dark Souls 1, I'd say play Dark Souls 1 because it's just better.
Yeah.
Like there may not be as much content, arguably speaking, wrong way.
They Devil May Cried that series.
Yeah, and they didn't even change anything. It's just like they made mechanical changes that don't make any sense from game design or gameplay.
Mm.
Like the soul memory thing. Okay, I understand you want the anti-ganking thing, but it doesn't work, and that sort of thing shouldn't be that much of an issue, because a skilled player like me, yeah, I don't have plus 10 on all my weapons or all fully upgraded gear, but I'm in the low-level area where most new players are hanging out. They die just as easily regardless because they don't know how to PvP.
Yeah.
It's like, I can understand what you're trying to do, trying not to make us have an overwhelming advantage, but, you know,